Hey, lady.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Long time no
I
see.
know I haven't seen you in so long. I haven't done an Instagram live in so long. Oh my gosh.
And I was like, okay, they had a baby. That's why she's been MIA.
Yes, absolutely.
And you
Absolutely. Yes.
definitely got the mom tired look.
Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
Well, thank you so much for taking time to do the live. As our viewers may know, we are live here with Lisa Evans. I am Nicole D. Miller, and we are doing this live to let you guys know about Girl Talk. The next Girl Talk is going to be Women Who Bounce Back. So, Lisa is going to be one of our featured panelists. She has been on some previous panel discussions, and I do agree with our viewer here. You do look great for sure.
Thank
But yeah,
you.
she's been on some previous panel discussions with us, so we're so excited to have her come back, especially as a new mom. So we're gonna get some new tea on that for sure. So first and foremost, outside of mommyhood, what has been happening in your life, and definitely fill us in on mommyhood too.
That's a good question. That's a good question. Besides mommyhood, what has been happening in my life? I think, hmm, my husband and I celebrated 5 years
Okay, awesome.
year, um, which was fun. I was pregnant at the same time,
Okay,
but
did you know you were pregnant?
yeah,
Okay.
yep, yep, that was fun. A lot of growth and a lot of just experiences we've had over the last 5 years. So that's something, yeah,
And your husband's also an entrepreneur, so you guys wear a lot of hats.
de- definitely, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So fill us in on the tea with mommyhood. Was it a surprise? Was it, we've been working towards this?
It was really, it was planned for the most part. Essentially, it was planned. I mean, we are married. We weren't,
Yeah.
convinced. So it was planned. And we had lots of conversations about it, and it was really felt like it was just time to go ahead and be, I guess, even more intentional about procreating. So, um, yeah, but pregnancy was it was pretty fun, I guess. In the beginning, it was hard because I was sick. I was very sick in the beginning, but once I got over that, it was pretty fun. I traveled pregnant a little bit. We went to Atlanta for our baby moon. Um, and yeah, it was
So did
pretty normal.
you know right away?
That's, I was, yeah, I would say, yeah. I
Okay.
would say, yeah. It wasn't a surprise. I found out on the day before my 30th birthday.
Oh wow. That's a good birthday gift.
It was funny. And then it was funny because I had a party a week later, but nobody knew except for Sir that I was pregnant. So at the party, I had to act like, just act normal. I guess nobody would have. I didn't look pregnant at all. So, but just like have that secret. So that was fun.
Yeah. So it sounds
Mm-hmm.
like you had what they say an easy pregnancy
Yeah.
since you're like, it was fun. I'm like, yeah, that's different than other stories I've heard.
I think a lot of it was, well, a lot of it, yeah, I didn't physically have I didn't have any health challenges. I never really had health challenges in general.
That's good.
But a lot of, I think, what my doula told me, and a lot of pregnant women and wives told me, is that a lot of it is mental, and even birth is a lot of it is mental. So I just focused a lot of my mental on being positive, positive birth stories, preparing myself, um, talking with God. So
Yeah.
that helped
You
a
were you
lot.
scared to deliver at all?
No, 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 I
That's,
wasn't.
that's good.
Because I had really done a lot of research. Well, I had to think really practical about birth because I feel like you can get caught up on social media in the negative. Oh, I can you hear her in the
Oh, it's
background? I can't.
Fine, girl. We already know. We talking about her. She know we talking
I'm
about
like, can you hear
her. She joined in the
her?
conversation.
Yeah, you can get caught up on social media with just reading so many stories and then reading about the real life statistics about black maternity death rates and all those things. And it can make you very fearful, make you very nervous and afraid, which is all real. So I think that's why you have to challenge yourself to, you digest positive stories and, research and do just a lot of reading and research and talking with people who have positive stories and people who may not have had as positive experiences. So I did a lot of that and it helped. I feel like it helped a lot.
Okay, well, I'm sure that this is helping those out there who are planning or thinking of it because it sounds like it had you in a really good mental space. You did your research, you had your doula, you were able to kind of like kill it in that way.
Yeah. Yeah. And my doula, she was just she has been my friend for over 10 years and she became a doula within the last I think 5 years. And so I just always trusted her. So I was like, you should be my doula. And so she just educated me so much about childbirth and all the things. And it was funny because I didn't even end up using a doula or really anyone when I had her because I ended up having her in the lobby of the
Oh,
hospital. Wow. So the training came in handy because I was able to handle labor on the go and delivery on the go.
that's
So
a word, girl. I'm sure
yeah,
that is a word.
yeah, yeah,
Well, we're
very.
so excited to have you back and to catch up with you. And I'm interested to know what is your heart regarding your brand and your business, and how do you juggle that in regards to new mommyhood?
Good question. So I've been thinking about just like my brand and how I've evolved as a person over the last 9, almost 10 years, I think. Almost 10 years. Or 8, almost 9 years, something like that. Of blogging and like being on social media. Um, and I had like a really creative lull for a few years. And since having my daughter, I feel now more ignited to be creative again. And just how do I express who I am now versus who I was then? So I'm like still trying to like figure it out and process everything because I feel creatively ready to jump back in, but I'm trying to figure out how everything
That
comes.
look like? Yeah. I
Hmm.
just love that you said having your daughter ignited your
Yeah,
creativity because I think some women will struggle with that. I had a friend who had kids who was a creative and she and was a writer, and so she just really struggled with like tapping into that space. And of course you still are trying to figure that out, but I just love that it can actually ignite the creative gift.
yeah, yeah. It has personally for me. Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, in our upcoming Girl Talk, Women Who Bounce Back, I'm assuming that you have bounced back from some things, and that is why you volunteered to be a part of
Yeah.
this segment. Give us one thing that you feel like you'll touch on in this next event of our discussion.
I think. Ooh, okay. So I have like milestone life events that have happened over my lifetime, whether it was adoption, whether it was suicide attempt at 17, whether it was not almost not graduating high school and flunking out of college to then graduating college and getting my master's degree, getting married, all these life changing moments that I feel like I've had to bounce back from. Obviously, the most recent being motherhood, but I think she's loves to talk. She's cute. Um, I think most notable is probably my suicide attempt at 17. Um, that's where I feel like I've seen God move very strongly, very strongly. Yeah.
This is definitely going to be a powerful discussion. As you know, we definitely go there. So
Yeah,
thank you so much for being brave enough to share your story. It's always to help and encourage others. And I do know some of your story and some of those hard things you've overcome. And hearing you share it, I'm like, okay, so is there a book? Like, because it sounds like you got a book in you, right?
I do have multiple. I do have. Okay, sorry, that
That's
was
fine.
a call. I definitely do have multiple books in me. I just,
And I know if it's because I'm in this vein of memoirs. I'm helping Dr. Shamara. We're publishing her memoir, and I've ghostwritten a couple and have mostly completed my own. So that's what I'm like. When you share all that, I'm like, this sounds like a memoir to me.
yeah, it's definitely in the cards. I just am a procrastinator slash imposter syndrome
What?
slash
Imposter syndrome.
absolutely,
Where is
absolutely.
that coming from? I mean, you've done all these things. You have all these accolades.
And it it means I'm not gonna say it means nothing, but it
Yeah.
doesn't feel like that. It feels like always striving, which is the
Yeah.
problem. Always striving, so nothing is ever
Yeah.
good enough.
I do think those type A personalities like us, like we have these achiever personalities. So it's kind of like I always need a goal. I always need something else.
Yeah,
And as a result, we don't celebrate like the accomplishments, you
yeah,
know? And I don't
yeah,
know if you feel this way, but like I was thinking about this today. I have these accomplishments, but because a lot of them came at a cost, like a lot of them came at sacrificing or choices that were sacrificial or loss and hard things. So it feels like a pouring out for me. It's
mm,
like I know that this is it's fruit, but it's fruit from the pruning.
yeah.
So it's just like I'm like, it's a blessing, they're blessings, but it's like you gotta count the costs.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, yeah,
But we definitely need to celebrate ourselves and accomplishments and all the things too, because we'll forget those things. So
yeah,
that's kind of like Girl Talk too, is that space where it's all these female leaders doing all these things, coming together in a vulnerable and safe space to be transparent and say, me too. Like I struggle with imposter syndrome, and
yeah,
me too. I know suicide ideation. So thank you so much for joining us. It is Sunday, November 24th, you guys. It's only $10. It's at Ink Therapy Studio in Bedford, Ohio from 6 to 9. We have amazing women, including Lisa, who will be, sharing their overcoming testimonies, as well as a time of networking, a time of Q&A. So be in the building. Lisa, is there any way that you want people to support you? Any projects you're working on, websites you want them to visit?
No, just follow me on Instagram. That's where I'm kind of at right now. Yep, follow me on Instagram.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right. Will you guys join us Sunday, November 24th? Tickets are on Eventbrite. Thank you so much, Lisa, for your time. You can get back to your little one.
Yes, thank you so much for having me and good seeing you.
Yeah, and we'll see you soon.
All
All
right,
right. Bye bye.
bye.